Two of the most recognizable names in executive sports, Sepp Blatter and Michel Platini, have been banned from all football activity for 8 years after the FIFA Ethics Tribunal ruled that they had abused their positions. The pair, who are also fined, had been suspended in October while an investigation was carried out into more than $2 million of payments that soccer's global governing body made to Platini in 2011 with Blatter's approval. Blatter later told a press conference he would challenge the sentence, claiming he had been betrayed by FIFA investigators and he had been treated like a punching ball. The decision now means that Blatter's 17 years at the helm of world soccer will end in disgrace and spells the end of Platini's hopes of replacing the 79-year-old in a presidential election in February. Let's watch now a report on the latest developments, and we'll pick up our discussion from there.
The verdict is in. On Monday, FIFA President Sepp Blatter and European football head Michel Platini were both banned from all activities for 8 years. This amid a swirl of corruption charges, as an investigation looked into a $2 million payment that FIFA made to Platini in 2011 with Blatter's approval. It found that both men had demonstrated a, quote, abusive execution of their positions, and that the transfer of money lacked transparency. But even as the World Football Body's Ethics Committee released its ruling, Blatter remained defiant, saying he will fight the ban.
I am now suspended 8 years. Suspended 8 years. But I will fight. I will fight for me and I will fight for FIFA.
He also accused the football organization of using him as a, quote, punching ball.
I am sorry that I am still somewhere a punching ball, but I'm sorry that I am, as president of FIFA, this punching ball, and I'm sorry for football.
Monday's ruling means that Blatter's 17 years at the helm of world football will end in disgrace. UEFA's Platini has also denied any wrongdoing in the case and is expected to challenge the decision in the sports body's appeals committee.
To discuss this further, we're joined now in studio by I-24 News correspondent Yoav Borovich. Yoav, thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
This is a blow, to say the least, to Blatter's career. Ending in disgrace it's like only the tip of the iceberg. There's going to be more, probably, dirt that's going to come out of this.
Yes, dirt's been coming out for the last year, let's say, and now Blatter and Platini, the two big honchos of world football, president of FIFA, president of UEFA, they're out for 8 years. At least if the ban will stand, which means that we're experiencing a revolution of sorts with world football, because there's going to be a new president of FIFA for sure. It was supposed to be Platini, but no, it's going to be a new guard, also a new president of UEFA. And the question is how football will cope with all the corruption that's been plaguing this organization for so many years. And also how it's going to cope with modern changes it should be making. So it's going to be very interesting, and we'll be experiencing a new situation in world football.
A new era, perhaps. Uriel Daskal, the sports business editor at the Israeli Economic Daily Kalkalis, is also joining us via Skype. Uriel, of course, there's so much money invested in the FIFA organization, also from the consumer side, also in the management side. So we already know that, the reputation perhaps has been tarnished. But in terms of money, in terms of the fans and so forth, will that be impacted in any way?
Well, we saw that FIFA lost a lot of money this season, this year. They lost more than $100 million because no sponsors want to be associated with FIFA right now. And I think it's really important for their business model to start, cleaning up. So they cut off the rotten head of the fish. They threw out the biggest, corrupt individual, I think, or the biggest guy who ignored corruption, Sepp Blatter, and changed it. The new president will have to be clean in a way. He cannot act like Blatter, and I think the FIFA members know that. It's a political issue right now because a lot of the FIFA members are corrupt themselves, from undemocratic countries and corrupt countries. And I don't know if FIFA as a body can make that change with the FIFA members who are right now FIFA members.
Yoav, are there any candidates, viable candidates, that come with their hands clean? Or, as Uriel says, there's so much politics involved that, we're not really sure who's coming with completely clean interests.
Yes, we know that the people that are running for the presidency in February are people that are coming from the football governing bodies, and maybe they're, relatively clean. But we know that, as Uriel Daskal said, FIFA overall is corrupt. It wasn't only Blatter and Platini and UEFA. It was in Asia, Africa, South America, North America. A lot of corruption all over the place. And now we're seeing people who are running from Bahrain, from Jordan, from Africa, from Asia.
Right.
So those people will have to really clean up the organization. It's going to be very tough.
It's going to be a very tough race to probably win in that sense as well. Yoav, thank you for joining us.